This is the story of Stormwater, Group 4's Howell Community Park design. Group 4 consists of Avery Haynes, Claire Samaha, Dylan Morrissey, Justin Moore, Peyton Mahoney, and Shade Winfrey. The story of stormwater at Howell Park in Baton Rouge, Louisiana has not always been a good one. The residents of the surrounding neighborhoods were heavily impacted by the 100-year floods in 2016. But Howell Community Park holds the potential to serve the surrounding community. The inspiration for this master plan design started with 3 focus points: storytelling, connection, and sustainability. Storytelling calls to the many individual perspectives as well as stories of the surrounding area. Connection would like to engage the community members, like members of Church Point Ministries or the students of Arlington Preparatory Academy. Sustainability focuses on things like adaptive reuse of materials, supporting Baton roots, and a farmer's market to engage local businesses and makers. When roots grow or rivers flow, a dendritic form is created. We could also imagine it as a story being told. This form represents our big ideas, and it's throughout the master plan. These 3 photos were taken at the site and annotated to show existing opportunities. The first shows the opportunity of green infrastructure, which will collect, convey, and cleanse stormwater. It would also improve the functionality of Baton Rouge's plots, as well as an educational opportunity of how to implement green infrastructure at a residential scale. The next shows connection to the community and improve accessibility of the park. We would like to implement universal design for equal access for visitors of all abilities. The last is Hurricane Creek, its naturalization, which will provide opportunities for recreation like bike lane and fishing, as well as improving water retention, slowing stormwater, and be a place for native plantings. These 3 diagrams are simplified layers taken from the master plan, and the last is a matrix of how art might be applied throughout the park. Hydrology implements methods to detain as well as convey stormwater. The soil profile of the site is predominantly clay with poor drainage, so a majority of the stormwater needs to be slowed down and led to the creek. Circulation focuses on dendritic forms, creating a primary pathway to traverse the park and secondary for exploration and strolling. Program is going to create active, passive, and flexible spaces that provide a variety of uses. The art matrix shows options for green energy and gabion furnishings and how they could be used throughout the site. Our master plan is a composite of these layers of hydrology, circulation, and programming through an iterative process with various changes and taking feedback from community members and representatives from BREC, Baton Rouge, and the NEA. We've arrived here. The story of Stormwater Master Plan design utilizes dendritic forms to convey storytelling, connection, and sustainability within the space. We've divided the master plan into 3 sections. This is the southernmost section, closest to Winborn. Baton Rouge and Harmony Gardens would also like to include a cut flower plots. There could be water-activated paint along the road to slow down drivers. The rain garden would collect stormwater as well as provide beautiful plantings. The farmers market could also include a community art expo, and we would really like to focus on a pedestrian entrance, which would engage Church Point Ministries as well as members of the neighborhood wanting to access the park. Our design proposes the art pavilion nestled between Winborn, the Baton Rouge plots, and the multi-use recreational field. This would give second-story users a great view of a soccer game or of the community plots. There's also a nice detaining area with a boardwalk that separates Baton Rouge's community plots from their production plots. The second section of our master plan shows a more active side. There's the multi-use recreational field that's existing, as well as some additional basketball courts, a really cool skate park with a teen pavilion, and to the right, more Baton Rouge plots, but with a focus on production. Most times, parks focus a lot on young children, but they always forget about the teens. This section of the park would really like to highlight a space for teens in a cool art skate park. The third and northernmost section of the master plan is an immersive outdoor area, which includes a large boardwalk cypress grove that also acts as stormwater management, a food forest, an outdoor classroom to engage Arlington Preparatory Academy, a splash pad, as well as some nice walking loops with a no-mow meadow and a forested area. These precedents and sections show the character that we would like to implement in these areas. The far left to the top is of the boardwalk and cypress grove with some sable palms and show the native plantings. The outdoor classroom would serve as a space to engage the Arlington Preparatory Academy students, and a splash pad could also be a fun way to engage children and learn about stormwater management. Our focus on connection drew us toward the street. Making Windborne safer and more effective for pedestrians, bikers, and bus riders was our goal. We've provided a road diet to make the vehicular traffic more efficient. Bus transit will have designated spaces for pull-off. Stormwater management along the street is going to include native plantings and phytoremediation that's going to clean the polluted road. Art would include painted stripes, painted planters to engage and employ opportunities for local artists. And pedestrian and bike is going to be much safer and widening that space for pedestrian use.